In this video, you will discover the 8 types of gifts that, according to Buddhist teachings, you should never accept from anyone. Although a gift is often seen as a gesture of affection or generosity, there are those that carry negative energies capable of deeply affecting your life, your karma, and even your inner peace. Do you really know what you are receiving when you accept a gift? Perhaps you have experienced situations where a gift, instead of bringing happiness, brought a series of unexpected problems. This may not be a coincidence. Buddhist traditions warn us about gifts that can disturb our spiritual balance and involve us in energies we don't want in our lives. Have you ever stopped to think about the consequences of accepting certain gifts? Stay with me until the end of this video to understand how these ancient teachings can protect you from negative influences. Did you know that avoiding certain gifts could be the key to maintaining your positive energy and protecting your soul? Together we will explore how to identify these gifts and how to make decisions that will ensure your peace and harmony. If you enjoyed this content and want to continue learning about how ancient wisdom can improve your life, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you don't miss any videos. Your journey of self-discovery begins here. In Buddhist philosophy, it is believed that all objects carry their own energy, a vibration that can influence both the owner and the recipient. This perspective leads us to reflect on the true nature of the gifts we accept in our daily lives. We are not only receiving a tangible item when someone gives us a present, we are also receiving the energy that the gift conveys, which can be either positive or negative. As a result of this, it is of the utmost importance in Buddhism to be attentive of what we consent to entering our personal space. When we accept something from another person, we are opening ourselves up to the influences that the object of our acceptance carries with it. These influences have the potential to affect our spiritual harmony in ways that we frequently are unable to even imagine. We put ourselves at risk of being exposed to energies that are not compatible with our own vibration when we do not take the time to ponder on what it is that we are accepting. Imagine, for instance, that you come into possession of a present that was presented with unfavorable intentions or that was obtained under questionable circumstances. That thing carries with it the energies and intents of its past, and if you accept it, those vibrations may begin to impact your life, generating emotional, spiritual, and even bodily imbalances. Accepting that object is the first step toward bringing about these changes. One of the most important lessons that we learn in Buddhism is to cultivate mindfulness and awareness in all of our actions, and this includes how we deal with presents. Having the understanding that not everything that shines is gold is essential, and that the actual cost of a present may sometimes be higher than we anticipate, is something that cannot be overlooked. Accepting a gift without being aware of it may appear to be a harmless activity. Nevertheless, in truth, it might open doors to energies that can disrupt our inner calm. One of the reasons why Buddhist teachings advise us to be selective and cautious about the things that we let into our lives is because of this. This does not mean that we are unthankful or mistrustful. Rather, it means that we are focused on maintaining our spiritual and energetic equilibrium. Remember that when you accept a gift, you are accepting more than just the object itself. You are accepting an energetic connection that can affect your life in deep and lasting ways. Therefore, it is essential that before accepting anything, you ask yourself, does this gift really resonate with the energy I want to cultivate in my life? So start paying more attention to the gifts you accept and what they might bring with them. Sometimes saying no thank you may be the best decision to preserve your energy and maintain your spiritual balance. By refusing something that doesn't resonate with your vibration, you are affirming your commitment to your own peace and harmony. And now, share in the comments a powerful affirmation to attract good energies, such as, "I am a magnet for positive energies and goodness in all forms." Let's create a chain of positivity and protect our spirituality together. Now that you understand the importance of the energies of objects and how they can influence your life, it's time to discover which gifts, according to Buddhist teachings, you should never accept. These presents, despite the fact that they are frequently presented with the best of intentions, may convey energies that disrupt the emotional and spiritual equilibrium. It is important that you take the time to properly investigate each of them so that you can safeguard your energy and keep your inner serenity. Those items that you have inherited from unknown persons or from people who have lived a troubled life are the first category of items that you should never accept. In Buddhism, it is thought that inherited objects hold the energy of their previous owners, including their feelings, difficulties, and even karma that has not been resolved. Take, for instance, the case of obtaining a piece of jewelry that had been previously owned by someone who had been through a lot of hardships. It is possible that the energy of pain will transfer to you, so producing an atmosphere of melancholy or even unlucky circumstances. Before agreeing to accept something of this nature, it is essential to give some thought to the origin of the object and to carefully consider whether or not you truly desire to incorporate that energy into your life. The act of accepting an inherited item, particularly one that was passed down from a person whose life was marked by conflicts or tragedies, is equivalent to accepting a portion of that person's history. Further, it is possible that the history is not wholly positive. There is a possibility that the negative vibrations that these objects hold will continue to reverberate in your environment, thereby producing a space of stagnation or even drawing unwelcome occurrences back into your life. As part of the Buddhist teachings, we are instructed to let go of things that are no longer beneficial to us. This includes things that carry the weight of the history of another individual. Therefore, before you accept an inherited item, you should pause for a moment and ask yourself if you are ready to deal with the energy and stories that may be associated with it. It is often possible to commemorate the past without being bound to the vibrations of the past by letting go of these artifacts with thanks, but without retaining them in your life. In the event that you choose to keep them, it is essential to engage in purification rituals, such as smudging or meditation, in order to rid yourself of any negative energy and make certain that you are not interacting with frequencies that are detrimental to your health. The second object you should never accept are gifts given by people with whom you have a complicated relationship. In Buddhism, it is believed that the intention behind a gift is as important as the object itself. When the gift is offered by someone with whom you have a tense relationship, the energy of that relationship can seep into the gift, and by accepting it, you may be opening doors to unwanted feelings and vibrations. For example, if the gift was given with intentions of manipulation, guilt, or obligation, those negative energies can transfer to you, creating an energetic bond that drains your vitality and affects your inner peace. Accepting a gift from someone with whom you have a difficult relationship might seem like an attempt to appease tensions, but it can actually perpetuate a cycle of negative energies. This type of gift can create an unwanted connection between you and the other person, keeping the energy of conflict or tension alive. In Buddhism, clarity and sincerity in intentions are valued, and accepting a gift that carries conflicting feelings can compromise your spiritual and emotional harmony. It is essential to be honest with yourself about the feelings this gift evokes and the impact it may have on your life. Therefore, when receiving a gift from someone with whom you have a complicated relationship, ask yourself what the true motivation behind this gesture is. If you feel that the gift is an attempt at control, manipulation, or it brings an emotional weight that you do not wish to carry, it might be better to politely decline. Remember that protecting your energy and well-being is more important than avoiding a momentary discomfort. Saying no to a gift that carries negative energies is an act of self-care and respect for your own inner peace. In the third category of items that you should never take into consideration are those that were received through contentious circumstances, such as contested inheritances or goods obtained through family feuds. There is a strong notion in Buddhism that even after an object has been gained, the energy of the circumstances in which it was obtained will continue to be attached to it. In the event that you accept a present that was the topic of disagreements or conflicts, it is possible that you are bringing into your life the energies of discord, rage, and pain that were associated with the object in question. These emotions have the potential to permeate your house and your life, so producing an atmosphere of tension and instability that may be challenging to eradicate. By accepting an item that is the subject of a dispute, you may be contributing to the perpetuation of the negative energy that the item conveys. The feelings of animosity and bitterness that are typically associated with these objects are difficult to dispel and are difficult to overcome. The vibrations that were left behind can continue to resonate even after the issue has been settled, which can have an effect on the environment in which the object is placed, as well as the individuals who are in close proximity to it. When it comes to Buddhism, it is essential to preserve balance in every facet of life. But accepting a gift that represents disharmony might put this peace at risk. Therefore, before you accept a present that has been the subject of a quarrel, you should think about the spiritual and energetic consequences of bringing this object into your life. Before you decide to carry the weight of these energies in your personal space, you should ask yourself if you really want to do so. In the event that there are uncertainties, it may be more prudent to decline the gift, or, if it is feasible, to carry out a purification ceremony in order to attempt to eliminate any negative energy that may be there prior to incorporating it into your life. If you want to maintain your spiritual well-being, it is vital to maintain the energy of your home and life in a state of balance. This may require you to let go of things that bring with them stories of confrontation and suffering. The fourth object you should never accept are those that evoke painful memories or difficult periods in your life. In Buddhism, the practice of detachment is essential to achieve peace of mind. Objects that bring back memories of tough times, though they may have sentimental value, can perpetuate cycles of suffering and sadness. If you are not emotionally ready to deal with these memories, these gifts, rather than contributing to your happiness, can act as anchors that keep you stuck in a painful past, preventing your growth and blocking the entry of new positive energies into your life. When you keep an object close to you that constantly reminds you of a difficult period, you are in a way reliving the negative emotions associated with that time. These objects can function as emotional triggers, bringing up feelings of pain, loss, or regret that should be processed and released. In Buddhism, we are instructed to live in the present moment and to avoid clinging to the past, particularly in situations where the past is standing in the way of our spiritual development. It is possible that keeping these things will cause you to feel as though you are caught in an emotional loop that prevents you from moving forward and becoming at peace. In light of this, if someone presents you with a present that brings back memories of a tough or painful period in your life, you should give great consideration to the emotional impact that the item may have on your life. It is essential to take into consideration whether or not it actually adds to your current well-being, despite the fact that it may be tempting to maintain it for emotional reasons. Relinquishing these items, whether by the act of donating them or simply putting them away in a location that is less easily accessible, can frequently be an essential step on the path to healing and spiritual development. You will be able to live in the present moment to its fullest extent if you do this, because you will be able to make room for new energies and healthier experiences. Gifts that are associated with spiritual or religious traditions that you are not familiar with, or with which you do not identify, fall under the fifth category of things that you should never accept. The intention and comprehension that lie behind a spiritual object are of the utmost importance in their Buddhist practice. Should you accept amulets, talismans, or ritual artifacts from other spiritual traditions without first gaining a grasp of their true function, you run the risk of unintentionally bringing energies or influences that you are not adequately equipped to deal with. These objects can have significant symbolic and energetic power, and using them without proper knowledge can cause imbalances in your life, interfering with your own spiritual practice or attracting unwanted vibrations. When you accept a spiritual object from another tradition without knowing its meaning, you may be connecting with an energy or intention that does not resonate with your own beliefs and practices. For example, a talisman that is sacred in one culture may carry specific energies that are not compatible with your spiritual journey. Additionally, without adequate knowledge of how to use it correctly, this object may end up bringing more confusion than protection or benefit. To be diligent and mindful in our spiritual practice is something that we are encouraged to do in Buddhism. This includes showing respect for the customs and energy of other belief systems without necessarily adopting them in a sloppy manner. It is therefore important to give some thought to the potential effects that a gift with a religious or spiritual intent that you do not completely comprehend could have on your life before you decide to accept it. It is possible that it would be more prudent for you to decline the present if you do not feel connected to this culture, or if you are unsure of the significance of the piece. One of the most important aspects of self-care is protecting your spiritual and energetic space, and one way to do this is to be choosy about the things you bring into your life. Through the process of making conscious decisions, you may guarantee that your spiritual practice will continue to be in harmony with your own beliefs and requirements, free from the meddling of external energies that you could not possibly comprehend. You should never accept presents that come with conditions or implicit expectations. This brings us to the sixth object that you should never receive. Within the Buddhist tradition, the purity of intention is of the utmost importance in any act of giving or bartering. When a present is given with the intention of receiving something in return, whether it be a favor, allegiance, or even a particular behavior, the gift ceases to be an act of true compassion and instead becomes a tool for manipulating the recipient. These types of gifts can create a sense of obligation and can even tie you to a toxic or unbalanced relationship where you feel pressured to reciprocate in ways that are not natural or comfortable for you. Accepting a gift that comes with conditions can compromise your freedom and peace of mind. These gifts often come with a feeling of debt or an unspoken contract, where you may feel that you are always owing something to the person who gave the gift. This can lead to a cycle of expectations and frustrations, which can be difficult to break. In Buddhism, we are encouraged to act with full awareness and to avoid getting involved in situations that compromise our serenity and spiritual independence. A gift that carries hidden expectations may actually be a form of control, putting your autonomy and mental clarity at risk. Therefore, when you notice that a gift comes with some kind of condition or expectation, consider carefully before accepting it. Ask yourself if you are willing to carry the weight of these expectations, and if this really aligns with your values and your need for spiritual freedom. To avoid becoming embroiled in a manipulative dynamic and to maintain your inner peace, it may be the wisest choice to politely decline the present if there is any uncertainty about the situation. The maintenance of your independence and integrity is of the utmost importance, and this includes exercising discretion with regard to the presents that you incorporate into your life. Gifts that are too expensive or opulent and do not correspond with the nature of your relationship with the person who is giving them to you are the seventh item that you should never approve of receiving. The Buddhist philosophy emphasizes the need of obtaining mental tranquility via the practice of simplicity and detachment from material goods. When someone gives you a gift of significant value, it might cause an imbalance in the relationship, which can make you feel obligated or even uncomfortable. This is especially true if you are not in a position to give something back in like. It is possible that these presents hold an emotional charge or even a secret aim, both of which have the potential to compromise the naturalness and harmony of the relationship you are maintaining. An uneven power dynamic can be created when someone receives an expensive gift. This occurs when the person who gave the gift anticipates receiving something in return, whether it be eternal appreciation, future favors, or some type of control over how you behave. It is possible that this will cause you to have feelings of responsibility or guilt, which can be a burden on your conscience and restrict your ability to act freely. In Buddhism, it is important to maintain relationships based on equality, mutual respect, and detachment. Accepting a gift that deviates from these principles can cause internal and external conflicts. Moreover, there is a risk that these expensive gifts may be seen as an attempt to buy affection, loyalty, or even your complacency. Therefore, when receiving a gift that seems excessively luxurious or out of context with the relationship you have with the person, reflect on the possible implications. If the gift makes you feel uncomfortable or indebted, it may be a sign that it carries more than just the intention to please. Instead of accepting it and feeling pressured, consider declining the gift, sincerely explaining that something so grand is unnecessary. Preserving simplicity and authenticity in your relationships is crucial to maintaining your emotional and spiritual balance without allowing material gifts to interfere with it. The eighth object you should never accept are gifts that seem harmless but were offered in a moment of disagreement or conflict. In Buddhism, the emotional state at the time of giving is essential, as it is believed that the energy with which something is offered transfers to the object. When a gift is given right after an argument or in an attempt to appease a conflict, it may be loaded with energies of tension, anger, or resentment. Accepting this type of gift can perpetuate the negativity associated with the moment of conflict, bringing these vibrations into your personal and emotional space. Even if the gesture of giving the gift is an attempt at reconciliation, it is important to be aware that the energy of the conflict may still be present. These gifts, no matter how simple, can serve as constant reminders of the disagreement or may carry the emotional charge of the moment they were offered. In Buddhism, the focus is on cleansing energies and maintaining harmony, and accepting a gift that still vibrates with the energies of conflict can interfere with this process. The intention to make peace is valid, but it should not come at the cost of your emotional and spiritual well-being. Therefore, if you find yourself in a situation where a gift is offered in a moment of tension or right after a conflict, consider whether this object will truly help resolve the situation or if it will merely perpetuate the negative vibrations. It is possible that it would be more beneficial for both you and the other person to resolve the disagreement in a straightforward and sincere manner, without the use of tangible goods that could potentially carry an emotional burden. This will help you achieve a resolution that is more genuine and will avoid negative energy from being in your life for an extended period of time. Now that you are aware of the kinds of presents that you should never take, it is time to think about the repercussions that will result from allowing these things to enter your life. When you bring something into your home, it carries with it a certain energy, a vibration that has the potential to immediately influence your sense of calm and well-being. Are you really willing to put your spiritual harmony at risk in order to receive a gift? Because it is in this environment that our energies are replenished, and where we find balance, we are taught in Buddhism to be choosy about what we allow into our holy space. This is because our sacred space is where we find equilibrium. Is it truly necessary to provide that present, or may it be a cause of problems that are not being addressed? In situations where something does not resonate with your energy, it is vital to cultivate detachment and have the confidence to say no to the requested action. It is not necessary to feel forced to accept presents that are associated with unpleasant vibrations or that originate from those who have questionable motives. You should always keep in mind that your place ought to be a haven of peace, where each and every item contributes to your sense of well-being. You run the risk of contaminating your environment and enabling unsettling energies to enter your life if you accept something that is not in alignment with your vibration. Why take that risk when you can simply refuse and maintain your peace? Keeping objects in your home that do not have a positive purpose is like leaving doors open to unwanted influences. Your home should be a sanctuary where each item reflects the peace and harmony you wish to cultivate. If you have already accepted something that you now realize is an obstacle to your energy, it's time to act. Purify, or, if necessary, get rid of these objects to restore balance in your life. Every decision you make about what to keep in your space is a choice between tranquility and chaos. Don't underestimate the power of an energetically clean environment. Finally, never forget the power is in your hands. Only you can decide what deserves to occupy a space in your life and your home. When something doesn't feel right, the decision to refuse is an act of self-care and spiritual protection. You have the right and duty to keep your energy intact and your space sacred. So, if you want to protect your peace, start making conscious choices about what enters your home today. Now that you understand the importance of protecting your energy, it's crucial to take the next step. Prioritize your peace above all else. It's not just about avoiding negative gifts or objects, but about making choices that constantly nourish and strengthen your inner tranquility. Ever given any thought to the value of your tranquility? Have you ever paused to consider it? Quite frequently, we allow ourselves to be swept away by social customs or the motivation to please others. However, the reality is that your health and happiness are the most important things in the world. Beginning today, you should begin to view each and every decision you make as an opportunity to maintain a healthy equilibrium between your head and your heart. When you feel that something does not fit with your energy, there is absolutely no problem with not accepting it. You are not being selfish, rather, you are being wise. An act of self-love and self-care is to take measures to preserve your tranquility. Just try to picture the impact that this could have on your day-to-day existence. Waking up with the knowledge that everything in your environment was purposefully intended to encourage your tranquility. When you make choices that put your own calm first, you not only enhance the quality of your own life, but you also become a source of peace for people who are in your immediate vicinity. You will begin to attract more of what is wonderful simply because you are aligned with what is best for you. This is the best part of the situation. Always keep in mind that every decision matters. Even seemingly insignificant choices can have a significant influence on how you feel and how the events of your life play out. Now ask yourself, what are some things that I can do today to cultivate my inner peace? Perhaps it's as simple as expressing your refusal to do something that causes you discomfort. As an alternative, it could be the act of devoting some time to oneself, away from the influence of others. I will take care of whatever it is for you. There is no one else who can safeguard your tranquility, which is the cornerstone of a life that is rich in joy and fulfillment. Finally, you should tell other people about your journey. In the comments section, please share with us how you have been preserving your tranquility and the beneficial improvements that this has brought about in your life. Your experience has the potential to motivate someone else to replicate it, and together we can establish a movement that promotes self-care and overall well-being. After all, when we are at peace, we can face any challenge with more strength and clarity. So why not start today? Now that you've learned how to protect your energy and maintain peace in your life, remember that these practices are essential for your well-being and spiritual growth. Choosing what enters your life and home is a powerful act of self-love. By making conscious choices and aligning your environment with the energy you wish to cultivate, you become the primary guardian of your inner peace. Never underestimate the impact of these decisions on your day-to-day life and spiritual journey. If this video brought value to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. This helps to spread this message to more people who, like you, are seeking to live with more balance and serenity. Also, activate the notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming content that will surely continue to contribute to your well-being and evolution. Thank you very much for watching and for being part of this journey of self-knowledge and self-care. See you in the next video.